that you would say could be an impact into this Manchester basketball team?
Culture. I think this year culture's been a big thing from the coaching staff, from the top down. And so I think every player has respect for each other, they have love for each other, and it's a full-time venture. I think the history of basketball in Manchester hasn't always been that. So now that we're starting to build ourselves a culture, a brand in Manchester basketball and everything else, I think the buy-in is a lot more and improvements have happened because of that.
Yeah, obviously speak about culture as well. I mean, this is the first time that they've been in Europe. Well, Manchester team has been in Europe. So I mean, what, in your opinion, how important do you feel like that is for, again, the culture of Manchester basketball?
It was needed. I was literally just talking to the assistant coach about it before. It was needed. So one thing we're missing is visibility. I think we're just invisible to the rest of the world. So they don't understand how big basketball is down here and how talented the players are too. And I think now we're starting to get that visibility, being in Europe and being 1-0 in Europe as well. It's a great start, man.
And touching on some of the players, you spoke about the talent. I mean, obviously you train a couple of the players yourself. I mean, speak a little bit on some of the standout players that you've seen in this team and how you've seen them develop as well.
PJ, he's nice. He's real nice with it. He's able to create his own. You're not going to take the ball off him easily, so it just allows his other teammates to trust in him and be able to get themselves in position. Kayem Cleary, unreal. Homegrown. I've grown up with Kayem. I've pretty much been with Kayem since he was 12 years old. So, to watch him develop and become the player that he has become and the player he's going to become has really stapled home. So I feel like we've got a good mix of both import and homegrown players. Yeah,
and obviously the position that you kind of play, I'm assuming you're obviously a guard and a ball handler. How important do you feel that is in today's kind of game, especially with the way that the floor space and all that kind of stuff? How would you say?
Every era and generation, the game changes, so it kind of fluctuates between a big man's game and a guard's game. And I think we're still in a guard-heavy game at the moment, where all of our bigs better have handles, be able to be versatile and move the floor as well. So I think we're in a guard-heavy game, and so it's really competitive at the guard level. And I think Manchester have chosen some very decent guards this year, so it will take us far.
Yeah, I mean, look, Stefan, thank you for your time. Thank you for your insight into the team and also obviously your experience. But yeah, going back to the commentary box, we'll see you in the next video.
Hello and welcome to the National Basketball Performance Center in Manchester for tonight's ENBL basketball matchup between Manchester Basketball Club and Slovan Bratislava. I'm Rob Paternostro, and I'm joined by former Manchester Giant great Jason Swain. And Jason, Manchester off to a flying start in their European campaign.
Yeah, 1-0, a dream start for them, and they have a chance in their own backyard tonight to make that 2-0. So looking at league positions, that would really cement them and get them off to a good start, Rob, in this campaign.
And there you see the Group B standings in the ENBL. Obviously, Bratislava with a heavy defeat to Tinsdal in their first game, but they're playing much better basketball in the domestic league. Let's see if that comes out here tonight. Crowd filing in here. European basketball back in Manchester.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we saw the pre-game with Stephen Gill talking about how exciting he is. A local guy. He's really excited.
Now let's hear from Coach Matthew Otten.
Yeah, start of the season has been okay. We could have done better on the road against Surrey, but it's one of those games on the road. You hope that doesn't come back and haunt you towards the end of the season when you're fighting for position. But early season we made some changes in the team. We missed Kane. You don't expect your team to peak until the right moments, and we're not there yet. It's all about peaking. March, or especially for the trophy game.
Sounds a little hoarse there, Jason. Getting after him a little bit this week in practice.
Yeah, well, he's been really good, especially in the domestic league. Let's see if he can win again tonight.
Well, here's Bratislava's starting five: Pavelka, Radovanovic, Lester Medford Jr., Viktor Kovacevic, and David Abraham.
Yeah, really big lineup, Rob. We spoke earlier before everyone walked in here. Are they going to vary the style of play? Will size matter today? A really big lineup.
There you see the bench. They are down bodies today. Had a good talk before the game with their head coach, and with the lack of depth tonight, he may have to mix and match a few things.
Yeah, he will. And I mean, going zone may be something we might see in terms of not applying the pressure defensively and picking up those fouls. But if they get into foul trouble, that's a really slim bench.
Manchester Basketball Club starting line. P.J. Smith's been a fixture in there. Max Jones, who dislocated his finger, but he is good to go tonight. Zach Irvin and Kane Henry makes his debut tonight in the starting lineup, and big Matt Nicholson will round out the starting five.
Yeah, and there's only really Matt Nicholson can compete in terms of size, so Manchester will have to play fast. But Kane Henry being in the lineup, coach wasting no time, throwing him in there at the deep end.
And there you see the bench. Look out for Kaim Cleary, who's really done a good job making things happen, but a different center on the bench for Manchester.
Yeah, and Osaboyan coming in wearing number 3, he can change the whole dynamic of how they play. They can play what we know as small ball, but Kaim Cleary, he doesn't read the script. He'll just come in and try get his. So scoring punch off the bench as well.
Also Jordan Johnson, who also can be explosive from that three-point line. Look out for him tonight. Head coach for Slovan Bratislava. He's a legend, Aramis Nadlic. This is his 3rd time with Bratislava, but when you look back at his playing career, one thing that stood out for me, silver medalist in the Olympic Games 1992 against the original Dream Team.
Wow, and that's something that not many people can say. So plenty of these coaches walking here with a really, really good pedigree of playing the game, but I haven't heard anyone as high as that yet, Rob.
Well, Matthew Ott played the game for years, and he's in his first season with Manchester Basketball Club. Won a Austrian championship last year with that powerhouse Obervart.
He'll be really, really glad of the start, because at the beginning of the game, at the beginning of the season, it didn't go as well as planned.
Referees for tonight from Poland, Robert Mordal. Slovakia, Robert Chabulka. A lot of Roberts tonight. And from Latvia, Christian Iglitis.
Yeah, just going back to that, Rob, talking about Matthew Otten, he'll be really pleased, because that first away game he had, you know, when they got that defeat, and they've bounced back since then, and they've kept rolling. So he will be really happy with his first season here.
Had some time off before this game. The last game played last weekend, victory over Leicester. So they've had plenty of time to prepare for this big Bratislava side. And you can see them lined up over there. Look at Pavelka in the back, the 25-year-old, 7'2". Speaking to Coach Matthew Pitkin before the game, they were really concerned about his activity on the glass, but also his rolling ability to the rim. Look for Manchester to try to deal with that.
Yeah, but also coming off the bench, Milan Szabo, in 20 minutes in the last game, he had 10 points and 10 rebounds in only 20 minutes of play, so watch out for him off the bench.
Now we'll pay our respects to Dave Lavigny. Passed away suddenly days ago. It'll be a 24-second applause. Nice tribute to a wonderful guy who made a major impact in British basketball.
Yeah, just thinking, Rob, the English players that we look at on the floor, you know, Barking Abbey was such a massive player in that Barking Abbey success. So, you know, thoughts out to his family at this point.
Here's Bratislava now up the court. Little float game right away, and that's good. Yeah. Nice move there from Radovanovic.
Yeah, and we thought they were going to play slow. Not if the early indication on the first bucket says. Nice floater by the number 6.
There you see Kane Henry making his debut. Jones pull-up jumper, and that's good.
That finger looks all right as he turned that corner at the elbow and buried a little 2-point field goal. Nice start from Max.
And you see here, Kane Henry with the assignment right away on Medford, the point guard. And they talked about Henry being able to cover many players. Here's Nicholson jumping out to try to stop it. Abram from 3, and that's good. Abram knocks down the 3.
Wow, and he didn't even break stride. He came off locked and loaded A nice pass by Medford for the opening 3 ball.
There's Henry with Jones. Nicholson, good passer from the top. Knocked down to 7. Smith the pass to Nicholson, flips it up and doesn't get it to go, but he was fouled, and good delivery from Smith there.
Yeah, nice movement by Nicholson, but it was a late call, but I would say the right call, just cut underneath. But once again, PJ Smith involved in everything. I mean, how good's he been this year, Rob, already in the domestic league? He's just been kind of problem for everyone he's played.
19 points per game in all games for Smith. And here's Nicholson. offensive rebounds in that first quarter, and that's certainly an area
And
Manchester will have to clean up.
the good thing for them is they're not in foul trouble. There's not any one player is on more than one foul. If you look at Manchester, Nicholson and Osaboyan, the biggest guys on court, they're already on 2. So that, I would say, is in favor of the visitors.
Mazurczyk and Hudek are in the lineup. Medford's still on the bench, so this could be a time where Manchester could make a little run. Kane Henry back in the game. One-on-one in the post. Pull-up jumper, no good. Szabo clears the boards. Here comes Bratislava. Mazurczyk at the point. Calls the play. Zleniak at the top. Henry, we've seen him guard point guards, and now we see him guard a center. Szabo, ball deflected by Adequezi. Manchester active on defense. Here comes Cleary up the floor. Driving, and that's going to be a foul. And we've seen that time and time again here from Bratislava. Anytime they seem like they're losing the advantage, they commit the foul.
Yeah. All European teams have done that. It's crept its way over the years into the English game, but I want to credit Coach Otten. He's gone with a small lineup. You just said Kane Henry now guarding the 5-man down the middle. They're switching on everything, and they look to be more active playing some small ball.
Medford back into the game for Slovan. Man-to-man defense. Here's Johnson. He's the hedge, drives to the hoop, and throws it off of Szabo. And that'll be a Manchester ball.
Yeah, with only 9 seconds remaining, let's see what they have out of bounds. Keep your eyes on Kayam Cleary. He's usually a guy that fades to the corner and tries to catch.
Johnson with the inbound, 9 on the clock. To Johnson. Here's Henry. Henry with the fake. Drives to the paint, fades away, and that's good.
Yeah, and he just looks for his spot. Anywhere around that 15-foot range, he can stop on a dime. Sends another one home. Nice move by Kayam Cleary.
Cleary there, a little over-aggressive, commits the foul. You can see Manchester really picking up their activity on defense. They've cut this lead down to 6.
And they're going to roll the dice with Osaboyan on 2 fouls. They're going to hopefully he won't pick up his 3rd. I suppose the insurance policy is Nicholson, who's also on 2, sat on the bench.
Here's Medford. Creates some space, pulls up the jumper, and that won't go, but Szabo's there again. He's everywhere. Good pass from Medford. A 3 is off for Marchek. Manchester get the rebound. Johnson, good pass. Also Boyani loses the ball. Abram with it.
Could have picked up that 3rd one as well.
Yeah, dangerous. Sloppy play from both teams at the moment, turning the ball over. There's Medford, guarded by Carey. Pull up 3 is off. Szabo there again, but wasn't able to corral. Looked like he wanted to pass the ball back out to Abram, but Abram wasn't there.
Yeah, tough shot by Medford. Good defense by Kyle Carey, but Manchester doing a good job on the defensive glass. Undersized, but no problem. Really, really active. As both Kane Henry and Osaboyan are getting down there and fighting in the trenches.
2 minutes gone by here in the second. Slovan yet to score here in this period. Manchester with a chance to cut this lead down to 4 or 3. Johnson will let it fly from 3, and that's off. Henry active on the glass, but knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, good hustle by Kane Henry, and Johnson just firing the long ball and coming up short. But Manchester looking, I would say, more slicker on offense. That ball doesn't seem to be sticking like it did early on, and that's what you have to do, especially against the zone, is get that basketball moving.
Some pressure from Manchester. Medford breaks it, calls the set. Ball seems to end up back in Medford's hand in every possession. Good little short roll, and that's off. But the offensive rebound is there, and that's good. Ivanovic has shown that floater tonight. Lead back up to 8.
Another kick ball, this time by Radanovic, wearing the number 6. How active is he at that top of the zone? 6'10". It's a huge wingspan. You have to get by that on the defense. It's not going to be easy to just pull up for 3. when he's there.
Manchester 1 for 9 now from the three-point line. Here's Henry. Over to Jones. One-on-one. Backing down the smaller Medford. Good help from Radovanovic. Jones fading away, and that's short. And Pavelka back in the game with another rebound. And there's Medford who draws the foul in transition.
Yeah, not a good offense by Manchester there. It seemed like everyone was just stood like a statue as Jones backed his man down in the post. Unlike the opposing team, there's no ball movement on the weak side, so Manchester have to get that within their arsenal, especially playing in this European competition. It relies on everybody playing at the same time.
6 for 19 now for Manchester from the field. Good cut. Radovanovic, he's been active so far, fades away, and that's good.
Nice shot. Radovanovic takes his personal tally. He's the first guy in double digits to 11 points. Really nice shot by the big man as Jordan Johnson will try penetrate and kick it out to Kane Henry.
Henry's three is good. Johnson did a good job there getting into the paint, kicks it back out to Henry. The lead is down to 7. Here's Medford. Back out to Abram. Medford throws it inside. Big size advantage. And that's good again. And this guy, Radovanovic, is on fire, and that's going to force Manchester into the timeout.
Yeah, Serbian national team player in the juniors. You know, you wonder how long it's going to be till he makes his mark in the seniors, but Radovanovic killing it.
Let's go to the commercial timeout. Welcome back to Manchester as Slovan Bratislava lead 29-20 over Manchester. Marko Radovanovic putting on a show so far with 13 points. The number 6 is a 6'10 player. He has EuroLeague experience in 13-14. And you can see why. There's Azaboyan. He likes this matchup one-on-one. Drives to the hoop. Good pass. And Henry throws it down.
Kane Henry with the human pogo stick highlight reel off the pass from Osaboyan and finishes as the courtesy to test the springs on that rim.
With defense here from Johnson. Really making it tough. Medford, pull up 3. Wow. And that's good. Lester Medford with the shake and pull up 3.
And it wasn't easy with Kane Henry all over him, but the Baylor University graduate says, take that on the road, on fire.
Irvin back into the game. Side to Osaboyan, and that's a turnover. And here Medford with the spin move. The between the legs pass, and that's good. Lester Medford, showtime.
Well, if you want a highlight reel of Medford, just replay that last minute. It's a 3-ball off the shake and bake, and a beautiful dime to Radovanovic.
And Pavelka with the big block. Here comes Medford again, spinning. Pull up 3, and that's off, and he was really going for it there.
Wow, well, I think everyone in this building would have not liked that, but nice shot by Medford.
Osaboyan tries the shot, he misses. There's Irvin. We've seen him again and again. Medford with the slick handle behind the back. Good play from Cleary to steal it. Johnson underneath to Irvin, and that's 2.
How many times have we seen Zach Irvin just hanging out on that baseline? And whenever he cuts, the ball seems to find him. Finishes with the easy layup.
10-point lead. Oh, that's such a nice cut.
Oh, wow.
Radovanovic finishes for 2. Good pass from Abram.
And we're lucky to be involved in the game for a long time, but we all love that ball movement.
Johnson Tries to slip it inside to Irvin. He's so good down there. Finishes for 2. Zach Irvin, as good as it gets about hanging around the baseline and finishing at the basket.
Yeah, the ex-Michigan Wolverine says, and 1. He scored 2 on the previous play. Could make this a 3-point play, but going the other way, Rob. How slick is the offense of Slovan Bratislava? It's just poetic.
It's not just about the passing or the shooting, it's the off-ball movement that's been so impressive so far. Go back to that Medford move. That was slick. The spin move at half court, then between his own legs to make the bounce pass.
Yeah, he did, but just a sensational player, but he's really, really synchronized his team. Whatever he's done, his team have benefited from. He's a player.
3-point play for Irvin. That's 5 for him. Into single figures to 9. Pavelka. Job by Irvin to break up the play. Back to Medford. Abram drives underneath the Pavelka, who throws it down.
Nice, and all these players can pass, whether it big or small. They can put it on the deck and find an open teammate. How many easy assists and dunks have we had already?
The play was made by Abram. We've seen him hit the threes before, but now showing his playmaking ability. Here's Jones, no hesitation from 3. That's off. Henry active on the glass. There's Irvin again, hanging around, tries to go around the back. And that'll go out of bounds and stay with Manchester.
You can already see what Kane Henry brings to the table. Defensively, he's a presence, and going out, taking an early rest. He's also very, very good on the offensive glass.
Marko Radovanovic, 17 points here in the first half for Slovan. Medford with the tap out of bounds. This 2-3 zone out of bounds causing Manchester some problems to get the ball in. Referee calls timeout, heads over to the table.
And as they're talking, Rob, I'm looking at that scoreboard. Medford, 0 fouls. Radovanovic, 1 foul. Those guys are set pretty well for that second half. Abraham on 2. If they can just keep a little bit of a gap and with no foul trouble, who knows?
There's P.J. Smith. He's back in the game. No points for P.J. Smith so far. We're talking about him averaging 19 a game in all competitions. Jones lets it fly at the end of the buzzer, and it doesn't hit anything. Even though Irvin was there, that's going to be a shot clock violation. So disappointing possession there for Manchester.
So with 3 minutes remaining, 11-point deficit, do they try speed this game up? Do they try press? Do they try get this one more up and down than it's been? I don't know.
Manchester 2 for 12 from the three-point line. Abram, good kick-out pass, and that three's on the way, and that's off. Markovacevic. Smith comes up the floor. It's the big screen from Nicholson. Nicholson, good post position. Big on big here. Powers it up, won't go. Adequazi keeps it alive. And that shot is blocked. That foul is going to be on Radovanovic, and I think that's going to be number 2 on him.
Yeah, 2 fouls, and he's been the best player on the court, so you immediately know when he fouls how many is he on. But I think when Nicholson caught that basketball, there wasn't an inch of daylight between the rim and the defense. Those big players of Slovan Bratislava really making their presence felt.
Not too many times does Matt Nicholson go up around the basket and have somebody taller than him there.
Yeah, exactly.
Pavelka is a giant out there.
I think this is P.J. Smith's toughest challenge so far. Medford has really, really come to play. Everything that's worked has gone through his hands. And P.J. Smith, who's been really, really good in the domestic league, has his hands full today.
Slovan by 9. Here's Pavelka, guarded by Nicholson. 2 7-footers. Good back cut from Medford. Drives to the basket, is blocked by Nicholson. There's the outlet. Fumbled by Adequazi. Picked up by Bratislava. And the low bounce pass from Medford is stolen. And now that ball is thrown out of bounds. So both teams sloppy play here, but Bratislava will get the ball back.
A real big break because Abraham tried to tactically stop the break, and it would have been his 3rd foul. So not only does Slovan Bratislava get the ball back, they evade a 3rd foul by a dynamite shooter.
Manchester down 9 here. Medford, pull up 3. off. Good box out from Nicholson. Him and Pavelka banging there. And Nicholson's going to get called for the foul.
Yeah, crowd don't like that in here, Rob. And Nicholson battling on the defensive glass. I think all he did was box out, but we didn't see that play. Referee was right on it, so fair play. The refs have been good today so far.
That's going to be his third personal foul. There's going to be a timeout from Slovan Bratislava. They lead 38-29.
I'm not sure the more happy he'll be of these coaches. I mean, Coach Matthew Watson, they were down by 11 early in that first quarter, so he'll be more than happy with the comeback that they've had. But on the road, you know, what a start from Coach Naglich's team.
Remember, Bratislava led 23-15 at the end of one. They've outscored Manchester by 1 in this quarter. Now they have a 9-point lead. So an important time here as the half comes to a close for both teams.
Yeah, but no need to panic for Manchester. You know, they're at home. They'll get things rolling. And as you said, going really, really poorly from the three-point line. It's sure to get going in the second half. You would hope, if you were a Manchester fan, PJ Smith not yet to get on the scoreboard. Something we didn't expect. It seems like everything we'd have predicted hasn't gone that way. You know, Slovan Bratislava have come out running, which we predicted they'd play in the half court. Well, I did for sure. And then, you know, Manchester just going absolutely cold from three ball.
7 offensive rebounds in the game for Bratislava. Only 1, though, in the second quarter. Manchester's done a better job on the glass in this quarter.
Yeah, and the score reflects that. They've kind of chipped away at that lead.
Ivanovic, he's been the man this half. He comes up long here on the jumper.
Found himself in that uncomfortable spot along the baseline. 10 feet out, it's a tough shot to make.
There's Irvin. Go screen from Henry. He lets that 3 go, and that's good.
Really nice rhythm shot by Kane Henry as he goes from wing to wing. Dagger 3 for Manchester. It's just what they needed.
Lead is down to 6. Here's Medford. Bounce pass, Pavelka.
Oh, wow.
2-footer, and that's good.
Wow, if you want some finesse, Pavelka says I have that also. Little baby hook is as smooth as his game.
Nice pass from Medford that time. Here's Irvin. Pavelka falls down. Henry, who just hit one. Back out to Irvin. For Pat, Adequazi's open from 3. And that's good! Back-to-back threes from Manchester, and the lead is down to 5.
And coach as much as you want, players have to make plays, and that's the difference right now. 2 3 balls go down in a row, and all of a sudden they're back in this one.
41 seconds left in the half. Good pass out from Medford, and that 3's off. Pavelka causing a lot of trouble on the backboard. Kovacevic had a good look. Missed the 3.
Kane Henry with the good box out. The foul is going to be called on Pavelka. What a box out by the smaller Kane Henry.
We've seen Henry guard just about every position tonight. And
So,
here, and sorry, Jay.
Potentially 2 for 1 time, Rob.
There is, yep. 35 seconds left. And now Manchester with an opportunity to cut it to 3 or 2 here. Smith. Henry lets it fly from 3, and that's good! Kane Henry doing it all as he knocks down another 3. 14 seconds left, end of the half, 2-point game. Medford, it's the screen from Sabo. One-on-one with Irvin. Through the legs, pull up 3 is good!
Wow, he is an absolute magician with that basketball.
Lester Medford, his 11th point of the game, hits the 3 at the buzzer, and that's the end of the first half. Slovan with the hot start. Manchester came back. We're set up for a good one in the second half. Slovan 43, Manchester 38.
Yeah, Manchester, thank Kane Henry because he has caught fire and he's done a little bit of everything else, but absolute dominant display by Medford, finishing off with that final 3 ball. well worth their money on the road. Slovan Bratislava, as we can see some highlights right here now.
Here's some highlights of the game so far, and a really hot start. And there you see Pavelka, 7'2", so easy for him around the rim. Manchester kept battling, especially with some late threes. And this man here, welcome back, Kane Henry.
Yeah, he'll have been really, really pleased about that. Manchester will be pleased to have him back, but Medford with the last word as they go into the half. 5 points up. What a game we have here in Manchester.
Back after this break.
I got 99 problems, I had 100 missed calls. I could slide out with a guy late night, take time, hit the bank and I withdraw. Then man won't talk about flex, my bro hit the wreck, so you know he cause a big storm. Whip till his wrist hurt, whizness, big mur. No caps to the word, do it all for my sister. Shit act up, now shit that's why I'm distant. In this life, no niggas still figuring. I some niggas line kick like this man. I drip, hit the store and I'm dripping. Yeah, these harsh shits made me turn distant. She throw it back, I'm resisting. My doors hit shots like piston. I don't even with these bad little. I just get this feeling in my system. Emotions I know you can't handle. Know you wrong, but you still a victim. Trick me, how you tricking? Yeah, these harsh shits made me turn distant. She throw it back, I'm resisting. My doors hit shots like pistons.
Managing to touch the paint and share the ball, so it's going to be tough when you can't do those things.
It's your first year in this league, but it's the first game he on home saw for Kane Henry. He was really good. He's got 11 points, and he was a live wire in that team when he came on.
Yeah, it's his first game back. He brings a lot of energy to the team. And he gives us sort of a versatile look with his ability to attack from the perimeter and inside. So we're going to need him to play well in the second half.
Lastly, Coach, you played a lot of guys in that first half. Are you looking for a more fast tempo second half to kind of speed this one up?
Yeah, we'd like to speed it up. To be honest, I don't think we played fast enough. We got to push the ball, we got to kick the ball ahead, we got to put down more physical pressure than we did in the first half, and we'll see if we can do that here in the third.
Thanks, Coach Pitkin. Good luck for the second half and good luck for the rest of the season.
Okay, interview with Manchester's Tim Adequesi.
I've been loving it, honestly. I think just being able to be a part of like an organization that really wants to compete within the domestic league, but also like internationally too, and just kind of push like UK basketball to greater heights. It is enjoyable, but then also, individually within the organization, I just love the way things are run. I think we definitely each guy on the team wants to get better every day. And so with that mindset, I think guys leave, literally getting better every day in a sense, which is a good feeling. Having played in Slovakia before, this was one of the two like top teams, them and Levica. So I'm expecting them to have like a solid squad. Definitely going to be skilled, but at the same time, I definitely am excited about how we match up against them too. Seeing what it takes when we step on the floor to, come out as the victors, I guess. Been loving all the support that the guys, like the people have been bringing so far to each game, and just hope that continues, and, hope we can keep bringing good results for everyone, really.
All right, welcome back to Manchester for this ENBL matchup. Manchester with the 5-point lead at the half. Bratislava started out on fire from 3. Manchester's clawed their way back into the game. Some interesting stats at the half. Marko Radovanovic, 17 points. Lester Medford, 11 points and 5 assists for Bratislava. Kane Henry, 11 points. He's 3 for 4 from the three-point line. The rest of Manchester, 2 for 11. And as we head into the second half, Jason, Manchester going to have to shoot the ball a little bit better from the perimeter.
Yeah, they definitely are, but there were signs at the end of that first half, and it was Kane Henry and Adetukasi who got going and got some to fall, and hopefully for all Manchester fans in the building, all they have to do is make the three ball with more regularity. Easier said than done.
This Bratislava team, we saw them really move the ball well, especially in the half court. Unselfish play from them. They have 12 assists in the first half. Manchester not too bad, 10 assists as well. They got better on that end of the floor with the ball movement. But one area where Manchester has outperformed Bratislava, 7 for 8 from the free throw line for Manchester. Bratislava 1 for 4 from there.
Yeah, they may as well keep shooting the three ball, as it seems more efficient than being at the foul line. But the play of Medford has really, really been classy. We've talked about the other guys that have put the ball in the hole, but he's controlled everything. He's spreading the wealth through all of it, and the fingerprints all over this game. He's been absolutely sensational in the first half.
When you talk about Medford, you look at him and you look at his background from Tucson, Arizona, 10th pro season, so ton of experience. I have him with 14 different clubs in that time, so he's been around and back. Last season in Hungary, 15 points, 7 assists a game for him. And I think, when you look at that Bratislava team, they're going to go as far as Lester Medford takes them.
Yeah, and you're talking about a great college career and then 10 years? he looks about 20. He's got that bounce in his step. He plays like with reckless abandon. He's not playing like a veteran.
And on the other side of the floor, P.J. Smith, the star rookie guard for Manchester. No points in the first half. So if you had told the coaching staff that he'd have 0 points and they'd only be down 5, they might have taken that.
Yeah, but there's the saying that you can't keep a good man down, and we're going to see if P.J. Smith backs that up. But he has his hands full with Medford. You know, we did see Kane Henry guarding Medford earlier on defensively and giving P.J. Smith a little bit of a break, but P.J.'s going to guard him now. That might be what he needs to get the juices flowing.
Well, getting ready to start the third quarter. Viktor Kovacevic inbound the ball. And we're underway in the second half of this ENBL matchup. Abrams out to Medford. And the pick and roll, down to 8 on the clock. Abram open at the top of the circle. That quick release is no good. Bratislava keep it in. Another offensive rebound. And ball knocked out of bounds, and that's going to go over to Manchester.
Off the leg of Kovacevic. But Radovanovic all over that glass and just nearly came up with an offensive rebound. Let's see if Manchester can strike first in this third quarter.
There's Jones spinning to the hoop, flips it up, won't go! But there's the big man to throw it down.
They may have to stop the game and check that basket. No regard for human life, as Nicholson says, take that.
Medford drives and puts it up and finishes over Nicholson. What a finish from Medford.
Size means nothing as Medford gets right back at Kane Henry with the left-handed finish.
And Coach Pitkin talked about playing fast, and that time after a made basket, Manchester raced it up the floor and finished for 2.
Yeah, but timeline of 3 seconds from end to end there. Manchester applying the pressure early.
Medford with a turnover. Nicholson comes up with the steal.
Chance to tie or at least go 1 behind. Hasn't been like that for Manchester for a while.
Nicholson. Shot clock down to 9. Here's Smith. Kane Henry's going to let another one go from 3. That's off. But there's Irvin hanging around the basket. Puts it up. Won't go. Missed the layup.
Did everything but score. Zach Irvin tipped the ball to himself. All he did was everything but finish.
Medford slows it down a little bit to call the play. Kovacevic. There's Medford. It's the screen from Sabo. And another turnover from Medford. There's Henry, 1-on-1. Drives to the hoop, jumps up in the air, won't go. But there's Irvin, who never stopped hustling.
Wow, Kane Henry can just take off right or left foot. Beautiful play. Zach Irvin comes up with a rebound, but the open 3 ball in the corner goes missing.
No good. Manchester dodge a bullet, but here they come up the floor. Chance to take the lead. Smith. Over to Henry. Throws the ball inside, and that ball is stolen by Medford. Kovacevic drives to the hoop, puts it up, and that's good.
Nicholson on the other end had a really, really good mismatch with Medford, and he just didn't realize it. All he had to do was step into the key. Kane Henry throwing the ball, but just unaware at that time was Nicholson.
First 2 of the game for Kovacevic. Here's Nicholson. Over to Irvin. Baseline drive to Henry. Henry, good pass back out to Jones. He's wide open for 3, around and out. Nicholson couldn't grab that one.
Oh, that one looked like it was down.
Sabo started the half for Pavelka. Good defense from Manchester, really aggressive on those handoffs. Jones knocks it out of bounds.
You know, Zach Irvin has been open in that corner a couple of times, and this may shock you, Rob, but, you know, his collegiate career, he was ranked 3rd in all time in 3-point field goals made and attempted at Michigan, so no slouch from that 3 ball in the corner, and he's turned him down so far.
Oh, good move there for 2. Throws the fake at him, and Radovanovic with another 2. 19 for him on the board.
What a player. Looking at a 30-point game if he keeps going.
Smith over to Jones. Drives right. Good kick out pass to Henry. His 3's on the way, and that's short. He's going to have his own rebound. It's Henry, drives, spins, hangs, won't go. Manchester goes for the offensive rebound, but won't be able to get it. And the ball will be turned over to Bratislava.
I'm no referee, but I do know when a game flows well, and these guys have communicated so well. It seems like every play they've just checked with each other, moved on quickly, got to the right decision. This game has been a good one because of their input also so far. I may jinx them now, Rob. They'll get every call wrong.
9 on the clock. Medford gets the seat on the bench. Down to 5. Here's Abrams. Going to have to do something with it. How about let it fly from deep? Way off. Poor possession that time from Bratislava. Here comes Smith up the floor. Hesitates. Quasi the drive to the hoop. Strong finish for 2. And the lead is down to 3.
Wasting no time getting into double figures. Adatu Cassie just says, give me that basketball, and puts his head down. Really good bully ball by the number 22.
Ivanovic hands off to Micic. On the 6 again, here's Abrams, gonna have to do something with it, throws it up. Ball's out of bounds, here's a turnover, here comes Irvin. Smith is fouled. And another foul by Slovan to stop the break.
Yeah, really, really smart play by Slovan Bratislava. You can tell that they're ready for Manchester run, and they're gonna stop that at all costs. But you can see the game plan. Get out and run if you Manchester basketball. Make things happen in the semi-fast break, or straight to the bucket.
Oh, there's another turnover by Smith. Alicic needs it back out. Good extra ball movement. Abram from 3, and that's off, and he's gone cold now after the hot start. Saboyan with the ball. Guarded by Pavelka. On the 10 on the clock. And the foul is going to be committed there by Viktor Kochevich. His second foul. Team second.
Kyan Cleary coming back into the game for Zach Irvin. Zach Irvin's turned a few down. You know Kyan Cleary won't do that. Any inch of daylight, that basketball's going up. And as they sit in that zone, he'll be licking his lips on that wing.
8-6 start here in the third for Manchester. Zone defense again from Slovan. Zaboyan, good pass to the corner, and that's off. Good rebound, Zaboyan. Smith for 3, and that's good.
That's just what he needed. The worst time to give an open shooter is off that offensive rebound, and Smith walks into a practice 3 for his first bucket of the game. Oh, nice move.
Won't go. Pavelka tried to keep it alive. Out to Slovan. Abram wide open at the top. Lets it fly, and that won't go down. Manchester scrapping for the loose ball. Here comes Jones. Comes up the floor. And he's fouled on the floor. Good try from Jones to try to get that
really
up.
Really smart play by Max Jones. He knew the foul was coming, but you're right. Abraham has gone ice cold. 2 for 2 at the beginning of the game. Seems like an eternity since he made one, and he's had wide open looks. Maybe he's too open, Coach.
Maybe. He's 2 for 8 right now from the three-point line.
Into the game, Jordan Johnson, and if you need some outside scoring, he has it in bunches.
There's Smith behind the back, 15 on the clock. Zaboyan. The Johnson tries to around the back. Here's Smith at the top, down to 7 on the clock. Pull-up shot is good. That's a 2, but P.J. Smith is going back-to-back with jumpers.
P.J. Smith is warming up.
And Manchester now have the lead, 51-49. They've come all the way back. Manchester aggressive on defense. Johnson picks it up. Dives on the floor, and his foot was out of bounds. And that was going to be a backcourt violation. But Johnson raced up the floor to grab it, but he slipped,
Did, and
He turned the ball over.
His red sneakers. He's worn some sneakers this season. He has to play well in those bright red shoes. He had some denim ones on in the last game, but that time you couldn't miss that right sneaker going off the sideline. It's good hustle by Johnson.
Medford back in the game, spins, floats it up.
Oh my God.
And that's good.
Oh my God.
Lester Medford with the floater.
Wow, an absolute wizard with a basketball. As Medford goes one-on-one at the top of the key. Says, let me have this dance. What a beautiful play by the number 8.
Just came back into the game. He was having an animated discussion when he went out before after those turnovers with the coach, but came out and his eyes were right on the basket. Free throw is no good. They continue to struggle at the free throw line, but Pavelka is so difficult to deal with on that offensive glass. Keeps it alive, and it'll be Slovan's ball.
Well, I'm hoping that both these teams hang around and we have a really good nail-biting game to look forward to in the fourth. And right now at 51 apiece, you wouldn't think it'd be anything different, but back in the ball game is that man, Radovanovic.
Radovanovic replaces Pavelka. Remember, Radovanovic, 19 points so far. Medford with 15. Medford taking it out. He's in trouble here. And that's a 5-second call.
Good defense by both Johnson and PJ Smith, switching guard to guard, being extremely active and denying that basketball, causing the 5-second turnover. Cam Cleary will inbound to Johnson, and Johnson will walk the ball up the floor.
11 turnovers now for Slovan. 51-51 here, under the 3-minute mark here in the third in Manchester. Smith with the ball, hit a couple jumpers here in this half after going scoreless in the first. Good steal. Here's Medford coming up the floor. Over to Radovanovic, blocked from behind, but Sabo is there.
I think he hung himself on the rim right there.
The rim blocked that attempt. Asaboyan aggressively goes to the basket and he draws the foul. And Radovanovic tried to throw it down and didn't have any luck with that one.
He got one of those in the first half when he just dunked it through, but I think he was a little bit too far off. But Asaboyan putting the ball on the floor, seeking that contact again, somehow finding his way to the line. But I suppose it does one thing, Rob, gives us a chance to breathe.
Fast start to this second half. Asaboyan hits the first free throw. Manchester's done a pretty good job here at the line today. They're 8 for 9 from the free throw line. Chance to tie it.
Calcari into the game. He'll have the assignment of guarding Medford, and Kyle over the years has been a defensive pest. That will be tested to its maximum right now, but has a chance to input the game coming off the bench. Here he is.
Lobs up in the air to Sabo, and that's good. Majorczyk with a great pass, and Sabo with the nice finish.
Must have been an inch of daylight to thread the needle, and didn't they do it well?
Asaboyan bullying his way through the middle, and he draws the foul. Maybe not how you draw it up, but he'll go to the line for 2 shots.
He won't care, but what a pass that was. Right on the money. Majorczyk throws that ball up, and Zabo says, look what I found. It was a beautiful executed play off the screen and roll.
Asaboyan back on that free throw line for 2 shots. Very unique player. That size, constantly attacking the basket with the ball. Up short here on the free throw, first free throw.
He has struggled for the line. Make that 2 of 5 here tonight, and he did struggle domestically last week in the league. Needs to really sort that out.
Added to Kossi with an incredible tip. What a play.
Yeah, sorry, Rob, but yeah, he needs to sort that out from the foul line because he gets there with regularity.
55-55 here in the third. Tim added to Kossi with a really impressive tap in there. They were really fighting under the basket, and he found a way to get that to go. He's had a good game tonight.
I'm not sure how that basketball went in. It just seems like someone just batted it up in the air. Added to Cassie, rewarded with the score.
13 points are added to Kossi. Sabo, good pass inside to the wide open Radovanovic.
poetic offense at worst. What a play by Slovan Bratislava. So well executed in the half court.
Johnson dancing. He's going to let it fly from 3. That's off. Medford with the rebound. Spinning. Kicks it back out. Jurcek for 3. And that's good. Medford made the play as he found the man wide open in the corner. And that's going to force a timeout by Manchester.
Manchester a little bit upset because Adu Tukasi tried to stop the break by fouling, but they got out and running, punished them at the other end.
Let's head over to a commercial break. We are back here in Manchester. Slovan Bratislava 60, Manchester 55. 1:20 to go in the third. And we've sure seen some slick play from Lester Medford. 6 assists for him on the night.
He's been so good. Everything has gone through his hands. He's conducted the team efficiently, and he's also dictated the pace of play. But I'm just thinking, if this becomes a half-court game, surely Slovan Bratislava will have an advantage. They've been so good in the half-court, whether it be shooting the open 3 ball or finding the open man for dunks in the paint.
Slovan Bratislava shooting 49% so far for the game. They're only 7 for 23 from 3. But they've been efficient on that end of the floor. Here comes Manchester. Let's see what they run out of the timeout. Down by 5, 1:14 to go. Tukwazi, he's had a good game tonight. Hands off to Cleary, physical out there. Here's Johnson. Add it to Tukwazi, he had the switch. Zaboyan turns the ball over. Good D from Bratislava. They just couldn't hold on to it, and I think that's going to be a change of possession.
Yeah, they're going to talk about that because I'm not sure. I think they reset the shot clock before there was a break in play. Referee's going to get that sorted at the table, but I would imagine there's only 4 or 3 seconds remaining. Maybe 4.6.
4 points about right. Yes, he's right. 4.6 to go. They have that zone defense on the out of bounds, caused Manchester problems. Out to Carey. 3 on the clock. Johnson will let it fly from 3, and that's good. Jordan Johnson with the high 3, cuts it to 2.
Sometimes when you have no option but to shoot the ball, it's the best play. As with 4.6 seconds, they managed to pass and then score. Good play by Manchester.
The drive to push shot is up, and that's going to be 2 shots. Foul is called. Radovanovic drove hard to the right hand, and he'll draw the foul.
Yeah, and Adu Tukasi didn't like it, but it's a foul in any league for me. Moving across as the guy's trying to turn the corner. And with 34.3 remaining, you wonder, will Manchester go and try and get a quick 2 for 1, or is it gone beyond that point? I think they'll just shoot the first one they get. Players being told to.
Looks like it might be a warning there for delay. I mean, he was tying his shoe. So the referee thought he took too much time. Marko Radovanovic, 21 points on the night. 10 for 14 from the field so far.
Maybe getting himself a breather there, Rob. Maybe tying someone else's shoe as well at the same time, just to get a bit of air in the lungs. He's really, really gassed right now, and he'll look forward to this 34 seconds going so he can get some fluids in him and go for the 4th.
Hits the second, hits them both. That was his first 2 free throws of the night.
Really?
23 points for Radovanovic. Here's Carey. The hedge. Zaboyan with it. Head up. And that's another turnover. 16 seconds left in the third quarter. Bratislava by 4. Let's see if Medford gets this ball somehow.
Good pass.
Good pass underneath, and that's missed. 3 seconds left. Carey up to Johnson. He'll let it fly, and that's off. Good look for Johnson as we ended the third quarter, and that is the end of the third. And Slovan still hanging on here with the 62-58 lead.
Yeah, so it was 5 points coming into the second half was the deficit. So we've got 4 here, so no real change, but every neutral fan coming into the building will have wanted this scoreline going into the fourth. The home team, Manchester, down by 4, have a chance to make it 2-0 against Slovan Bratislava, who losing their first game, really, really heavy, have a chance to go 1-1.
There you see Medford on the sidelines. He's played just about 27 minutes of this game. Be interesting to see how he holds up here in the last 10 minutes of the game. Manchester talked about it before the game, about really pressuring him. Here's Medford, and here you see his ability to spin. He loves that spin move and that high floater off the glass. Tough to stop.
I mean, some of these shots have been circus shots, as we see the alley-oop right there. And do you want some tea with that roll, says Zaba, but these players have been sensational. But yeah, you just spoke about Medford. He's been the difference here in the third quarter. I'm not surprised he was mad at his coach for going out.
And there's that high arcing three from Johnson at the end of the shot clock. We've seen Johnson make that tough shot before.
Well, it was the second half at the weekend, or last week, going back in the last league game, that Johnson caught fire in that fourth quarter. But for me, it's been a little bit too one-on-one basketball for Manchester, whereas Slovan Bratislava have been getting it done by committee. That ball has moved a lot better than the home team. So I'm not sure if we get into the half court, Manchester are going to keep up with the visitors, but let's see.
Manchester's done a really good job of rotating their lineup tonight. When you look at it, no player has played more than 19 minutes. On the other side of the floor, there are 4 players for Bratislava who have played over 24 minutes. So let's see here. Manchester set up now with that rotation to really make a push here in the fourth.
I mean, Radovanovic and Medford are 2 guys you just can't take out. You have to leave them in there. It's been so good.
Here's Johnson, slippery in the lane, floats it up, won't go, but he draws the foul on the drive. And Johnson with a slick move to get to the basket. Third foul on Radovanovic. Remember, Radovanovic been the star of the night, scoring department with 23 points.
Adetukasi going out for Kane Henry, and both of those players have played well. I wonder if we'd have seen them at some point playing together, because in that second quarter, they were the real backbone of that comeback, and I'm talking about Kane Henry and Adetukasi. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw them back out here together at some point in the fourth.
Johnson hits the first free throw. 4 points on the night for Johnson. A little over 13 minutes of action. Hits them both. And the lead is down to 2. Sabo at the top against Nicholson. Good defense there from Manchester, making it tough to get the ball. Good slip pass from Abram. Sabo inside. Radovanovic hits another floater.
What passing.
They hit the short roll, and off that short roll, keep your head and eyes up. And that's what Slovan has done time and time again tonight. Here's Henry. Cleary fading away. And that's good. He does such a good job of creating space on that jump shot.
Really good, and many would say that's a tough shot, but that is Kayam Cleary's shot. He can turn the corner, square the hips, and knock that one down. Nice play by the number 9.
There's Sabo. Jurczyk for 3, and that's good.
Wow, every time Manchester huff and puff, they're not yet blowing that house down. Slovan Bratislava keeping them at bay. As Kayam Cleary steps out of bounds.
5-point lead for Slovan. It's their 8th 3 of the night. Manchester with the turnover. 12th, 13th turnover of the night for Manchester. Same play coming here, this time for Medford. Good job from defense. Here's Carey up the floor, driving to the basket, and he was fouled by Medford, and that's the second time they blew up the same offensive set.
Yeah, good defense by Kyle Carey there, getting his hand in the passing lane, but it looks like Slovan Bratislava have put Medford to the 2. I think he's just too tired to handle the ball and score, so they've let him play off the ball a little bit, which did work in the third quarter, but like you say, back-to-back turnovers on that play.
Carey's first free throw is good. That's his first point of the game. Just under 9 minutes in this contest. He hits them both. The lead is down to 3. Zach Irvin
going out.
Back into the game for Carey, and you like to see the energy and enthusiasm that Carey plays with.
Yeah, he does, and every minute he plays, he's going to bring it. He's used to that role, and he's gone out a little bit too quick for me. He could have left him in there, but Zach Irvin back on the floor. It's a good backup.
Manchester really picking up the D here. Down to 7 on the clock. Medford's going to have to do something with it. Down to 4. Inside to Zabo. Puts it up, and that's good. Nice finish at the rim for Zabo.
That was a really tough shot, going left-handed. Had to shoot it over the outstretched Nicholson. Found it high off the glass and kissed it off the window.
There's Cleary. Good hard hedge out here. Keep the dribble. And he draws the foul. And Coach Naglic is disappointed on the sideline over there. He thought that there was an offensive foul.
Yeah, he also thought it was an offensive foul, but he also, 3.4 seconds remain on the shot clock and a bailout foul. But Manchester, it's more one-on-one play than Slovan Bratislava.
Zone defense on all side out of bounds and line out of bounds today, Cleary. He'll let it fly, and that's no good. That's short. Slovan with a chance to increase this 5-point lead. Jurczyk, we've seen him hit one before, and he hits another.
Could have been a 4-point play, and all of a sudden there's a big air of doubt in this building as an 8-point lead has just crept on these Manchester fans. There's a foul called in the half court, but three-pointer after three-pointer has come back to Slovan Bratislava. What a game on the road.
They tap Jurczyk to be important here. We talked about giving a little bit of a rest, for Medford to play off the ball, but he's come out and hit his third 3 of the night. Some deep ones as well.
Yeah, and the bad news with Manchester not shooting the ball well is they'll have to face that zone again. Every time out of bounds or a score, they've gone zone until the opposition have scored.
There's another turnover. Turnover back. Here comes Johnson. The Jones, he drives, he leaves it short, but there's a tip-in from Henry. And that's a big play there. They're coming up the other way with a chance to make it 10. It's back down to 6. Jurczyk. With Abrams inside the Pavelka. He got really good position on Nicholson. Nicholson commits the foul.
I mean, how well drilled are these guys? Every time a player cheats on a screen, the big guy will flash down the middle. The read is very good to the corner, and then the seal by Pavelka, just so well drilled.
7 turnovers for Medford tonight. He's had a great game passing the ball. He's had a great game scoring, but he's really turned the ball over a lot. And Manchester taking advantage of that. 6-point lead, 14 on the clock. Ivanovic with the drive. He drops it off to Pavelka, and that's too low for him. And here comes P.J. Smith. Left-handed pass. Out to Jones. That's short. Medford comes up the floor. 2-on-1. Keeps the dribble. Drives up. And that's good. Leicester Medford finishes at 2, and it's up to 8.
Really good decision on the break. Keeping that basketball till the last moment, ensuring it goes down for the 2.
Zaboyan at the top. There's Irvin. Makes it baseline. And there's another turnover. Medford with it. Pull up 3. No good. Pavelka underneath the hoop. And that's good. And there was a foul.
Wow, life has gone out of this building, Rob. Looked like Manchester were getting their way back into this one. They will have a chance with around 6 minutes remaining, just under, but that is a killer blow. Could extend this lead to 11 points.
Pavelka doing a really good job on that glass. And now there's a timeout by Manchester. 10-point lead for Slovan. Back here in Manchester, 76-66 lead for Slovan. They've started this fourth quarter with a 14-8 run. Pavelka will be on the free throw line for one. Chance to make it an 11-point lead. Real important time for Manchester.
Yeah, it just goes to show how tough this ENBL competition is. You know, Slovan Bratislava going down heavy at Tinderstall, and they've been worth the price of admission and their current lead, and Manchester are on the ropes here.
Full court press to slow them down, back into that zone again. It's frustrated Manchester tonight. 10 on the clock, still dribbling Smith. Down to 8. Wide open three from Jones is no good. Pavelka just too tall for that one.
Yeah, those have to go down at this point with 5 and change remaining. Manchester needs some back-to-back scores and some back-to-back stops.
Manchester 7 for 26 now from the three-point line. Here's Medford. He'll let it fly from deep. And that's off.
Could have been a killer.
Here's Clary, the rebound. Saboyan to Jones. Right-handed floaters up, and that's good. Nice play from Jones to cut the lead to 9.
Really, really good plays. He switched hands in mid-flight and saw that one go through. Max Jones, a couple of 3 balls will do him good right now.
Pavelka inside, and he's going to draw the foul. And good ball movement that time from Slovan. They found Pavelka underneath the hoop. And I think that's going to be underneath the basket. That's the 3rd team foul on Manchester. So Slovan will take it out underneath their own basket. They have turned it over here before in a 5-second call. Throw it out to the big guy, Pavelka. 11 on the clock for Medford. Dancing. On the 5, Medford. Pull-up jumper, and that's good. Smooth as you like from Lester Medford.
And if in doubt, running down shot clock, no problem. Give it to Medford. He can create with the best of them. What a shot, and could be a killer blow to Manchester's. They need to be perfect from here on out, Rob.
Irvin on that baseline. He puts it up and it won't go. And Pavelka gets it, but there's a steal from Smith. That's off. Pavelka taps it. And Clary runs into Pavelka, and they both hit the floor, and that's going to be a foul on Clary.
It is, but that play sums Manchester up. I mean, Zach Irvin had one right at the rim that he missed, and then he 10-foot wide open shot by PJ Smith, and they just can't get it to fall. It could be one of those days for Manchester, but Slovan Bratislava in a commanding position, 11 points up.
Here's Medford, 19 points for him on the day. Running the show. Slovan not in a hurry here with the 11-point lead, under 4 to go in the fourth. Down to 7 on the clock for Medford. Shaking, baking, down to 3, spins. Good pass underneath, that's no good. Looks like there's going to be a shot clock violation here. Medford actually made something out of nothing there, but they couldn't get it to go.
He did, but it was a really, really nice pass, and they missed it just at the rim. I think it was Abraham had a wide open look, and he missed everything but iron. If only the grazed part of the rim, they would have had the ball back for another 14 seconds. So Manchester with a breaking play, can they capitalise? You would think they would have to score on this offense.
Slovan in that zone again. Smith to Irvin on that baseline. 10 on the clock to Jones, splits down the middle, drives, and he's crushed by Pavelka. Good drive from Jones, who draws the foul.
Pavelka doing the smart thing, not allowing an and one and not allowing a score. He says, prove it to me from the foul line, Max Jones, but good play once again, clogging the lane by the big man. Moves him on to 3 fouls personal.
Jones hits the first free throw. So 8 points for Jones. He's 3 for 14 tonight. Rough shooting night for Jones. And he hits the second.
Oh, a single-digit game with 3:29 remaining. Enough time, no time to panic, but Manchester do have to play exceptionally well from here out.
Manchester to pick up the pressure a little bit. Pavelka down the middle, lays it up, and that's good.
I'm not sure you should be able to move that well at that size.
He's been impressive today. 9 points for Pavelka. Jones gonna let it fly, doesn't lose the confidence, and Pavelka gets another rebound. Medford not in a rush here. Under 3 to go, 11-point lead for Slovan. Abram loses the ball. Here comes Jones. Up ahead to Cleary, and he throws it down.
Nice play by Kyan Cleary. Will it be the spark they need?
Comes Manchester, here's another turnover, back-to-back turnovers. Cleary lets it fly from 3, and that's good. Back-to-back turnovers from Slovan, and that'll force a timeout.
Big time plays by Kyan Cleary, the hometown hero, just a kid from Gorton. Says take that with the dunk, and then one-ups it with a 3-ball. Nice play by Kyan Cleary.
Give Manchester credit here. They're not quitting. They picked up the defensive pressure, forced 2 turnovers in a row, and now the lead is only down to 6, so still in this game.
A 2-shot game, but Slovan Bratislava just saying, everybody calm down. We still have the lead with 6 points up, but the pressure from Manchester's defense has bared fruit for them, and they will surely now pick up full court and keep this one fast.
17 turnovers for Slovan now, and Manchester's really taking advantage of that. They now have 23 points off those turnovers. And that's been their best offense today, is forcing those turnovers and getting out on the break.
It has, and we said the speed of the game would be the key to them, and forcing turnovers and getting out running, easier said than done. But in that last period of play, they've done that. But as teams come back out, we're on double-double watch here as Pavelka has 9 points and 10 rebounds, an outstanding display out by the number 20. Only needs 1 more bucket to get that double-double. Helping his team into this position. He's still out there.
11 points for Cleary now in 22 minutes of action. Here comes the pressure again. 2:30 to go. 6-point lead for Slovan. They've led most of the game. And there's a foul off the ball, and that's going to be on Cleary, and that's a killer there because they're in the bonus, and that'll send Abram to the line for 2 shots.
Kyan Cleary shaking his head, but a judge to have a hold of Abraham. That's the problem when these guys are moving without the ball so well. You tend to just get your fingers caught in. Was there ever a doubt as he takes it back to a 3-shot game?
7 points for Abram. 2 of 10 from the field today. 1 of 1 from the line. It's Bolt, and the lead is up to 8. Expect the zone here from Slovan off the free throw. Good bounce pass to Irvin. There he is again, hanging around the baseline.
This time he sees it go through, but Zach Irvin with the customary baseline finish.
Under 2 minutes to go in the fourth. 6-point lead for Slovan. Here's Medford. Gets in the paint, floats it up, and that's good.
He has been so good. He moves his personal tally to 21 big ones.
.12 on the shot clock. Cleary will let it fly. That's off. And Slovan will get the rebound.
Slovan daring Kyle Carey to take that off-balance three as a foul is committed by Jones, but you may think if you're a Manchester fan, this one may be a little bit of a step too far for the home team. Still time, though.
Jones commit that foul. Coach Otten didn't like that foul and takes him out of the game. Medford will now go to the line for 2 shots. Medford has done it all tonight. 21 points. Hits the first. 11 assists as well. Also 9 turnovers. So I mean,
needs one more for a
triple-double. But take those 9 turnovers away. He's been special to watch tonight.
Yeah, he's been really good, but chink in the armor has been the turnovers, but we'd be exceptionally rude to keep going on about that. He's had a game.
And there's another turnover from Manchester. And now Slovan will be in no hurry. 16th turnover from Manchester. Medford pulls up, kicks it back out. 8 on the clock. Pavelka, he'll kick it back out. Baranovich for 3, and that's off. Come Manchester, down by 10. Carey throws it right into the hands of Radovanovic. And now
will do it.
Slovan will look to take the whole clock down. It's been their game from start to finish. Manchester kept fighting, but Slovan been in control from the start, and Abram with the dagger 3.
And since he made 2 of his opening 3-point shots, he has gone cold, but that one will seal the deal. It'll be all she wrote here in Manchester as Slovan Bratislava. What a game, Rob.
Yeah, I think they've done a really good job mixing up the defenses today as well. Frustrating Manchester. Cleary will draw the foul, and that'll be on the floor. And speaking to Coach Naglic before the game, he talked about doing a job on defense tonight with the mixture of zone and man. They've done a really good job. And now, after this game, both teams will be 1-1 in ENBL play.
Yeah. And for the first season for Manchester, it's not the end of the world, but they would have had an opportunity here to go 2-0, which they would have relished. They now will have to go on the road for their next game. But after the really mauling by Tinderstill of Slovan Bratislava, they've bounced back, and forget the score of that last game. They're still 1-1. Who cares?
90-78, 12 seconds to go in the game. I think they'll probably look to be aggressive here. There's Medford now, 1-on-1, running it down. And that's the end of the ball game. Slovan Bratislava come on the road and defeat Manchester 90-78. A comprehensive performance from Slovan. They've led from start to finish. Manchester kept fighting, but really struggled to score. 42% from the field on the night, 27% from 3. And tonight was certainly about Slovan as they get their first win in Group B in this ENBL competition. Let's take a look at some highlights. And here's Medford. We talked about him all night. He was so slick with the dribble. 23 points from him. Well, Manchester did a good job of forcing turnovers. And Cleary there with the two-handed jam. They kept fighting, kept hanging around. Let's look at that one again. Late push here. Medford, good game. He did turn the ball over a lot. And after this three, the timeout was called. You see Coach Naglic kicking the side over there, disappointed. But they came back out, got the stops they needed down the stretch. And go 1-1 in ENBL play. Let's go down to Jason Swain, who's with the man of the match, Lester Medford.
Okay, we're here in Manchester, and we have Slovan Bratislava's Lester Medford Jr. Lester, I've got his stats here. We'll get to them in a second. But out of Baylor University, you've played all over the globe. How happy are you to be playing at Slovan Bratislava?
I'm actually blessed, but I got a big group of guys, good group of guys, and they play hard. And I'm just happy to be here and happy to run with these guys, and we're going to see where life takes us.
Okay, we'll get to you right now. You had 25 points and 11 assists, a really, really good win, but you controlled the tempo, which we were most impressed with. You must be pleased with your performance, and don't be humble.
Actually, I'm a little upset with those 9 turnovers, man. That's not me, but I'm happy with the win. My guys made it easy for me, getting me open. They hit shots when I passed the ball, and I'm just proud of them.
Okay, well, I'm sure you'll have a great trip back. Congrats on the win, and good luck for the rest of the season. Thank you for your time, sir.
There you hear Medford talking about his day and his turnovers. No point guard wants those turnovers, but he was fantastic in other ways tonight. Slovan shot 52% from the field, Manchester 42%. Manchester had 21 points off turnovers. That was huge. And now we'll head over to Jason with the winning coach.
Okay, I'm here with Coach Naglic, and Coach, after a really, really tough loss against Tinderstall, you must be really, really pleased with the response you had here tonight in Manchester for the win.
Yeah, I'm really happy how we react after the first loss and hard loss against Tinderstall. But I need to say Tinderstall play like surprisingly fast, and they are a long time together. I think 5-6 years the same team. Then everybody will have a problem with them for sure. We came here with a lot of respect on the Manchester team because they're athletic, they're physical, and we prepared as much as we can. We missed some players too tonight, and I think because of that the team showed even more because there was no pressure from the bench. You know how the player react, and when they watch on the bench, nobody's there, then I can make a mistake. Then we really play the great game tonight.
Yeah, and with you not having many players, you had to go a little bit of zone, a little bit of man. You had to speed up the game. There was a lot of variety in the play. Must have been something you worked at in practice this week.
Not much because we have a lot of games, and we have a problems with the roster already. We missed some players. We lost some players because of injury or replacement, and that was actually some tricky things to try, okay, because we didn't have a choice. Then with the short roster, it's impossible to play man-to-man hard 40 minutes. Then we tried to play like mixing zone and man-to-man, and it was working. Then we are happy that it is like this.
Well, Coach, the players always get the credit, and there were some great performances, but you really, really coached well today. It's a really good win on the road, and good luck for the rest of the season, and good luck in the ENBL this year.
Yeah, thank you very much, and good luck to Manchester too. Thank you.
Have a good trip back.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, that's going to do it for us here in Manchester in Group B in the ENBL. Slovan 90, Manchester 78.